Sharon. Okay, awesome, awesome. All right. Economies in the hands of God, and it's so fitting because we truly are. So when we talk about being in the hands of God, why is that so important? It's so important because in the nation, in the world altogether, but definitely in the nation, the health crises we're ignoring has become epidemic. Right? We're talking about heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and a shortened life, whether it's because of violence, behavior. There's so many different reasons why people are not living a longer life, and we'll get into that. But I want you to know that heart disease and cancer are the number one leading causes, right? Especially in in the African American. But then you have diabetes. Now we're not number in that community, but we're shortly behind that, right? Well, what is the problem with that? So Melissa Boston has coined the problem as suicide, right? You've heard of genocide, but let's talk about suicide because we are digging our graves with our fork. What do you mean by that, Kayaetta? Well, if you look on the left hand side, you see the original diet. Right, the original diet was the diet that we pulled, our food from the ground, right? With all those beautiful vegetables full of color. Nowadays it's beautiful because they spray all that wax on it, right? And you got to clean it for hours, right? To make sure that you're eating healthy. Well, the new diet today is to drive up through the drive up of McDonald's or Burger King and eat what's convenient because life is happening, right? Well, the problem with that is that food is so saturated with trans fat and all this unhealthy things that clogs your artery. And when we talked about clogged arteries, did you know that cardiovascular disease is the number one killer? And it's not just it's the number one killer, it's the silent killer, right? It's one thing to know you're in trouble, but to know that something can hit you like boom, no detection, no anything, right? It says about 1 in 5 heart attacks are silent. And before you know it, the damage is done. It's too, but the person is not aware of it, right? In 2020, CDC.gov identified that nearly 700,000 people died from cardiovascular disease. Did you also know that there's an alarming number of our 14 to 19-year-olds that are showing up as much as 40% blocked arteries? They haven't even reached 21 yet. That's a problem, right? But did you also know that the significance of age 45 for African Americans is what's called atherosclerosis? The dangerous levels of atherosclerosis levels, right? I get tripped up with that every time, right? So here's a great example of this danger. See, on the left hand side, you see a beautiful artery. It's unclogged, the walls are thin, you see the blood is flowing easily. It's room for that, right? That's called the endothelium, that layer, that inside layer. But what happens is as you begin to eat things that clogs your artery, the walls begin to thicken, right? And plaque begins to build up. And optimal health becomes borderline health. And borderline health becomes high and dangerous health. And before you know it, your arteries is blocked, completely blocked. And by the age of 45 in our community, you are 2 times more likely to die from heart disease. So here's our vision. Our vision is a world where everyone has access to the nutrition and resources they need to thrive, creating healthier, more resilient communities. Through personalized wellness for your blood type, we're breaking cycles of disease and poverty, empowering families to build a legacy of health and prosperity for generations to come. Why is that important? Because there's been information out here that's been withheld from us. There's been resources out here that's been held from us. So our CEO and the medical advisory board got together and they identified 5 key reasons why these problems impact our community. Number one, the lack of understanding blood types. The lack of understanding blood types. See, we understand that in order for people to do better, they got to know better, right? And when you know better, you should do better. So, and most people that know better, they don't do better. So it kind of says, you know what? We're going to take this thing and we're going to take ownership of this information and walk hand in hand with people. That's why you see those two hands connected, because we're committed to helping 1 million families learn their blood type. So I did all this talking about crisis, and I did all this talking about the importance of blood type. If you're on this line and you know your blood type, go ahead and place it in the chat. I'd like to know who's on this call with me. And I think I shared with you that I am an AB, right? I am an AB, right? But you may be an a B, or an O, right? I want you to know whatever your blood type is, A, B, O, or AB, it is the most powerful genetic fingerprint that identifies you as surely as your DNA, your blood. So let's talk about the blood type. See, if you are a blood type A, you are an agrarian. See, most people, when you ask them what's their blood type and they're able to tell you, they're either going to say, see, I'm a universal donor, I'm a universal giver. Or I'm like myself, I'm an AB, I'm a universal receiver. So I can receive all of your blood, right? So I'm blessed. um, in a way, we'll get into that in a minute. But A, you're an agrarian. They are nature's vegetarians, thriving on farming and cooperative living with inventive, adaptable, and community focused traits. See, if you're a B, you're balanced, right? Adapted to harsh climates and diverse populations, harmonizing the mind's tensions with the immune system's demands, right? So some bees are probably like, wow, that's dope. I didn't know that, right? Yes, a lot that you're going to find out about you and your blood type. And if you're an O, I know I probably got some O's on this call representing. The O is for the old blood. It's the ancient blood, right? The O's are evolved as hunters and gatherers with strong survival instincts and a fierce immune system. And is the most modern type, the rarest blood type there is. In fact, it's only about 4% of us out of the entire population that we know of that are ABs. And the ABs are the emerging from the union of type A and type B, embodying complexity and adaptability. Now, when we talk about your blood type, we want you to know that the key to unlocking your body's nutritional your blueprint, is knowing your blood type. See, on the left-hand side, you see a woman who's slim and trim and fit, but you see those green areas, the green arrows that's circulating, right? That's because she's eating according to her blood type, and it is allowing her digestive system to operate at the most optimum level. But on the right hand side, right, let's call him George, right? George may not know his blood type, so therefore, as nice as he may be, he's eating and eating and eating, and he has a muscle shirt on, so he might even be working out and not understanding that your blood type is the single most important determinant in how your body interacts with the food you eat. And if those foods will cause inflammation, digestive problems, or weight gain. So our immune system is designed to protect us from lectins, right? They're designed to protect us from lectins. So 95% of lectins that are in the food are sloughed off by the body, right? That God made us that way. But there's 5% of lectins that are filtered into the bloodstream where they react with and destroy our red and white blood cells. So here is an example of an avoid list. Foods that you need to avoid if you are A, B, O, or an AB. Now, we are blessed to find this information. Now, it's been years and years and decades of research, but Dr. Peter J. Diamo took ownership and said, I need to put a book together. And it was released in 1996 that said 4 blood types and 4 diets to eat right for your type, right? So if you have not read that book, you need to go out and get it. Or I believe there's an audio out too. Listen to that book, right? So you can learn more about your blueprint. But if you're an A, tomatoes, bananas, lamb chops, potatoes, shrimp, that's poison to you, right? Because you want to remember that one person's food is another person's poison, right? If you are chicken, avocado, black beans, shrimp, and crustaceans, it's like poison to you. If you're an O, catfish, avocado, oranges, are you kidding me? Oranges, right? Oranges are like poison to O's. What about white wine or cashews? I love peanuts. I'm glad I'm not an O, right? For that reason, right? But ABs, man, I love Harold's chicken, fried hard, mild salt and pepper, right? I love shrimp. I love avocados. I love black beans. I love Mexican food. But when I found out my blood type, I found out the reason why my blood pressure was out of control, that I was swelling and retaining water weight and belly was big and all of that was because I did not know my blood type. I was eating against my blood type. So we want you to learn your blood type. But most importantly, if you don't know your blood, want to know your blood type, well, we want you to know your blood type because we want you to know that the power is in your hands. What power? The power to break the generational cycle. Because please understand that if they give you the wrong blood, it could kill you. So think about it. If that is true, then what about this? If you eat the wrong food, it could be slowly killing you. And if that's factual, why are we just learning that food impacts our blood cells based on our blood type? Well, I'll tell you why. If it isn't taught in medical school or created by Big Pharma, it isn't promoted in the United States. See, one thing we understand in this nation, it's always been big business equal profits over people. We understand that. We understand that cigarettes is highly profitable, knowing that it's highly addictive. But if it's highly addictive, that's guaranteed sales. But what it also is guaranteed cancer and other things that are killing us. Lung cancer, right? Trans fats, cooking our foods in trans fats, right? Restaurants popping up all over, and you want, why does this food taste so good? And they promote it, they make it look good. Your food tastes good and look good, right? They're not promoting that. That's killing you slowly. What about 5G? Cell phones. Get data fast, right? It's all about hot, ready, and fast. Come on in, right? But they don't talk about how the radioactive waves is causing cancer. What about genetically modified organisms, right? GMOs being created every day, right, to keep up with the demand, but it's killing us. And what about milk? Milk does the body good. Pass it on. What else are they passing on? How about mucus and inflammation and toxins and all kind of stuff, right? How serious is this? Well, I want you to know that when we talk about eating according to your blood type, there are countries that are doing it and they're living longer. What countries are that? The number one country is Japan. What company is not? The United States. See, understand that the life expectancy in Japan is 84.6. That's the average. Although they have plenty that live over 100. But see, the United States came in at 50, right? At 50. The average life expectancy in America, they said, is 76. But this hit home like never before in our very community, African American community, and the minority community is 71.8. Why is that? Why is that? Well, I'll tell you why. They haven't been promoting a better diet, right? They've been withholding information. But it's such an honor to share with you that by following the blood type diet, you want to know that anecdotal evidence that shows millions of people reported positive improvements by adhering to the blood type practice. You can protect yourself from common viruses and infections and take a stand against life-threatening diseases. You can achieve your ideal weight. Yes, you can. So you can slow the aging process and cleanse your body of toxins and unhealthy fats. And I took a 7-day detox, our flat belly 7-day detox, and lost 13 pounds in 7 days. I couldn't hardly walk up the stairs before took that cleanse, and I'm running up the stairs now, right? I haven't ran in years, right? So you can. Well, what about the second problem is dangerous levels of oxidation. See, researchers have finally identified one of the most important contributors to heart disease, wrinkles, cancer, arthritis, and many of the other problems associated with getting older. Now, I want to say this, and I should have said at the beginning of the call, if it's you, someone that you know, I want you to write their name. If I say something and it pops in your mind or on your heart, right? I wonder if if this person knows about this. Write their name down because you're going to have an opportunity to invite them to the same call. So let's talk about the second key reason why people are having these health crises. Oxidation. See, on the left hand side, you got the bananas that are just, you see it there. The oxidation is killing it, right? It's increasing the aging process, just like those rusted screws. But did you know that antioxidants is a solution for that? See, fruits and vegetables are loaded with plant compounds called phytonutrients, which also have antioxidant abilities. And see, some phytonutrients have shown to disable cancer causing substances as well. But see, the first thing the doctor wants to do is have you medicine. One medicine for this hurts that. And now it's two medicines. And before you know it, it's 9 medicines, right? When maybe you just needed to increase your antioxidants. Well, the third key reason is omega-3 deficiencies. See, we're lacking that in our diet, and because of that, people are seeing cardiovascular health decline like never before because there's an increased risk of heart attacks, strokes, and high blood pressure. What about cognitive decline? Increased risk of depression, anxiety, Alzheimer's, and dementia. Dementia. Do we know anybody that's dealing with this? There's a fix. What about chronic inflammation? See, we understand that the lack of the lack of omega-3s causes chronic inflammation. Therefore, it accelerates the progression of diabetes, arthritis, cancer, and autoimmune disease, and the metabolic health, which contributes to weight, obesity, and metabolic syndrome. It contributes to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which can progress fatty liver. Could it be that you don't have enough omega-3s? Maybe you don't need that prescription. Maybe you need something else, a natural fix, right? What about immune function? See, a lack of omega-3s weakens your immune function, making the body more susceptible to infections. Do we have to have infections? What about bone health? See, increase the bone, lack of omega-3s affects the bone health. It increases the risk of osteoporosis, of fractures, and a higher risk of complications, especially in our older adults. Do you know that our older adults fear falling down? One fall could break this or break that, and now we have a issue after an issue. What if we could prevent that? Just what if we could prevent that? What about an unhealthy gut? See, we understand that 70% of our immune system is in our gut. They call that the microbiome. See, here's what an unhealthy gut does for you. See, gut issues arise. Diet includes improper food choices and lacks sufficient fiber, probiotics, and probiotics. I have an unhealthy gut. Here's your signs. Number one, digestive issues. If you're not going on a regular basis, and like our CEO says, it should look like a snake. So I'm always looking, do I see that snake? Or is it pebbles? And is it one time a day or not at all? Is it in 3 days, right? Weakened immune system. You're always getting sick. What about malabsorption, right? I'm taking my vitamins, but why is change? Could it be that your microbiome, your gut is unhealthy? And because body cannot receive absorb the nutrients, nutritional deficiencies, inflammation, skin problems, mental health challenges, weight management, hormonal imbalances, autoimmune conditions. That is due to a healthy gut. And the fifth key reason of those health crises that we're ignoring is parasite invasion. See, we understand that parasites cause chronic infections and inflammation. And when you have chronic infections and inflammation, it leads to heart diabetes, chronic fatigue, and autoimmune disorders. We understand that in the presence parasites are always found in the presence of autopsies. See, parasites are invading our organs, our brain, our lungs, and our liver, and our mental health. Mental health issues have been on the rise like never before. Could it be that people are infected with parasites? Because, see, parasites in the brain cause depression, anxiety, and even schizophrenia. So, if that's you, you're like, I don't understand this. I haven't always been this way. Or if it's someone you know, write their name down because they need to hear this information, right? They need to hear this information. So we talked about the crises. We talked about the key reasons why. And my mother always taught me, if you're going to bring a problem, you better bring the solution. Well, Akana has done just that. See, we want you to understand that we have the solution. It's called 5 Steps to Generational Health. Now, before I get into our solutions, I want to give this disclaimer. Our products is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The information provided herein is for informational purposes only and is not intended as a substitute for advice from your physician or other healthcare professionals. If you are pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or having a medical condition, please consult your healthcare provider before using any nutritional supplements. And we are not afraid to work with you and your doctor. And of course, we want you to know that individual results may vary. But let's get into the solution. Number one, is, do you know your blood type? Your blood type is a more reliable measure of your identity than race, culture, or geography. It is a genetic blueprint for who you are and a guide to how you can live most healthfully. The second solution is we learn what's best for you. What's your customizable plan, right? Because we understand that food that heals can another. We also understand that your blood type is important. Your food is important. Is important. And of course, legacy is important, right? Because you want to turn around and you want to empower your family, your children, your grandchildren, right? You want to empower this information so that they can have the most optimal life that they can live, right? So the third thing, you want to know your blood type. You want to put together a plan, but then you want to purchase the option that works best based on your goals. In other words, we want you to take action. See, they say knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge is power. See, we understand that there's been a lot of people in the grave full of knowledge. But we want you to take action. And here's how you can take action. Number one is through our blood type support kit. Now, our blood type support kit includes herbal tea, nutrition, and optional testing for all blood types. It is designed to kickstart the cleansing of your colon and your blood. So this is the first start, right? And in the blood type kit, you get a blood type test, bitters, a detox meal plan, a sample meal replacement shake called the Fuel. And if you use the Fuel, I want you to light it up in the chat and let our people know just how phenomenal that Fuel product is, right? And then you get an individual digital blood type download just for you. Now, you might say, well, I know my blood type. That's great. Then you can get option two. Now, option one is $59.95. So option two is just $49.95. Now, I do believe in passing on and paying it forward, right? So if you do know your blood type, you can always get package number one and bless someone else who does not know their blood type. Now, the Fuel is great. Absolutely, right? So now I talked about the bitters. What is the bitters? So the bitters, let me move that out the way. The bitters, your first detoxify first detoxify your blood cells. The bitters are a powerful tool for a quick 4-day detox, primarily due to its impact on digestion and liver function. So here's how it works. Number one, it boosts your digestion by stimulating the production of digestive enzymes, bile, and stomach acid, which are essential. It also regulates your appetite and reducing cravings for unhealthy foods. And it also supports your liver detoxification by filtering out toxins from your blood. Number four, it eliminates fat-soluble toxins through the digestive system. It alkalize the body and reduce inflammation, and it improves your microbiome by promoting the growth of beneficial bacteria and inhibiting harmful bacteria. Now, we also have what's called a comprehensive health test. It includes the blood type test kit and a digital download. Now, this comprehensive health test focuses on your omega-3 panels, your omega-3, 6, and 9s. Are you good there? It also does a gut check. How's your gut? It also takes a look at your vitamins and minerals. Where are you at? Great on your vitamin Bs, but your vitamin K's you're lacking, right? How do you know? It also focuses on your heart, liver, and kidneys. Now, we offer this. We have a tool that offers this $1,000 value. But we have a special. If this is something that you are interested in, we have a special for $189. Now, you might say, I don't have $189. Oh, we want you to know the economy is in the hands of God, and our CEO, uh, that mission says that we want everyone to be able to have a opportunity to live healthy. So she created this special where when you get the first pack one or pack two, you can comprehensive test as an upgrade for just $50 when you enroll in an auto ship. So you want to make sure that you get back to the person that invited you, right? And let them know, hey, I want to take action. But it gets better. In that pack, you will have a sample fuel, flat belly fuel. And you can get that in berry fusion, which is delicious, or vanilla, which is delicious. Our flat belly fuel targets 5 key areas. Blood type support. It's the world's first ever product is applicable for all types. Then it has focuses on antioxidant protection, omega fatty acids. It also focuses on your gut health, prebiotics, probiotics, and fiber. It's loaded with it, right? It's on steroids, right? And then it also focuses on eliminating those nasty parasites, right? And so we talked about the package one, talked about package two, but may you say, hey, I have some health issues, right? You may need to do a 7-day refresh. In fact, we encourage you, if you've never detoxed and you've eaten meat, we definitely encourage you to do a 7-day refresh. Now, this nutrient pack program helps cleanse your digestive system, boost energy, and shed up to 10 pounds, leaving you feeling lighter and revitalized. Well, what's in this 7-day? We have the purifier, which is a liquid colonic plus full body cleanse, a full body cleanse. Then an eliminator that removes parasites and reduces mucus. Then we have what's called the regenerator. And the regenerator, after you've gotten all of that out of your porta potty, right? Then we want to regenerate your to restore the body with superfoods, fiber, probiotics, and prebiotics. And you'll get a special QR code where you build your personal blood type with a 21-day regimen or use the neutral meal plan included in the kit. And you can see on the right just the amazing results just in 7 days. This guy dropped 10 pounds 7 days. And I know that's accurate because I dropped 13 in 7 days. Unbelievable. But you might say, hey, listen, I'm dealing with some real serious issues. You may need a 20-day reset. You may need a total reset. So this program has the same ingredients in it, but it's for 21 days, and you'll have a coach. You'll have a certified health and wellness coach that will walk you through that whether it's a 7-day or 21-day, right? And this program helps detoxify your body, restore the balance, and significant weight while building a foundation. And put it in the chat. I want to live. I want to live. I want to live. Light that chat up. That 7 day is only $120. The 21-day is only $279. And I want to tell you that to up until tomorrow, our CEO put a special on a table. If you're a new customer, you automatically get 10% off. But everybody, whether new or present, current customer, you get 10% off. So the new customer literally can get 20% off of these programs. Now it ends tomorrow. So don't miss out. Make your choice, make your package, and take ownership of your health and get in the game, right? So now let's take a look at Ernestine Davis and our phenomenal sisters, Karen Carruthers and Dr. Yakima Palmer, over to the right-hand side. We're so proud of them. They're also on my team, Minister Mooney's team Contagious. So we're definitely pumping our chests for that, right? They if you look, they use the flat belly fuel. They use the products. And here's what Ernestine Davis said. She said, switching to foods tailored to my blood type helped me lose belly fat, improve my digestion, and achieve fourth place in a bikini contest at 63 years young. See, she's not the only one. Tanisha, 15 pounds down, right? You want to the second option is personalizing your wellness plan for your blood type. See, we're going to show you how to do that. And by doing that, you'll see results just like these people here. See, the 21 day is just amazing. And these people in life, right? So I know I'm not just looking at pictures that we pulled off the internet. These are real people using Akana's products. How about Yvette? 100-day result. It was she did such a transformation. She wrote a book about it. What's going to be your testimony? What's going to be your testimony? I believe I may have a testimony on the call right now. Kenneth, are you on the call?
KC, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Kenneth, I thank you for being on the call. I just don't want to rob people of hearing your amazing testimony. Do you mind sharing it real quickly for us?
Sure, I greatly appreciate you for allowing me to share this evening. Um, Good evening, everyone. I've been living as a type 2 diabetic for the last 15 years.
Mm,
Um, in May, or actually in March of 2023, after my 55th birthday, I was diagnosed with stage 3B kidney failure. What a birthday present for me.
mm,
I was
mm,
also diagnosed with neuropathy of the feet and the legs. And that really, really concerned me because I've always been an avid dancer throughout my entire life. I actually even taught tap dancing, hip hop, stepping classes, and so forth. So to have neuropathy of the feet and the legs and unable to do those activities again was very alarming. It was hard for me to move around and so forth. Also, in my profession at the time, I'm a retired executive in the transportation industry. I was always on the go 24/7. I was always walking around, going up and down stairs, walking the railroad tracks and so forth. And it got to a point where I couldn't do any of that anymore.
mm,
So I told my mother after I was diagnosed, and she said, well, you need to just take care of your health and come home and take care of me. Because my mother, around my age, experienced the same symptoms. Diabetes, kidney failure, dialysis 3 times a week, neuropathy, feet in her legs. Almost had her feet amputated a couple of times. She's a breast cancer survivor. She had congestive heart failure. So she battled a lot of illnesses for over 20 plus years. So my goal was to come home and retire and take care of my mother and improve her health as well as mine. But she passed away in November of 2023 before I can uh, retire, which I retired in December of 2023. So
mm.
I was very upset and, of course, depressed. But I said I needed to change my lifestyle. I retired, I came home, sat around, went through the ups and downs and lows of losing a mother, but then my awesome fraternity brother, um, Diamond Mooney, invited me to um, a party at the dispensary, a Phi Beta Sigma fraternity event. I got there, looked around, asked, "What do we do at this location?" He started explaining a little bit about it. And then after that event, myself and my cousin, who were going through some illnesses, said, "Hey, how can we get rid of what's going on in our bodies?" So then he started explaining the detox and the cleanse. I
Mhm.
started my first 7 day detox in June of 2024. After the first week, I went to the doctor. My numbers looked great. The doctor took me off of metformin. But before I had started that first detox, my A1C had reached at a point of 14.7, which is extremely high for a diabetic. Um, and the kidney failure function at stage 3B, there's only 5 stages of kidney failure. Once you reach 30% or below, the doctors tell you you're on dialysis for the rest of your life.
Mhm.
When I was diagnosed, I was at 32%.
Mhm.
So after taking that first detox and I saw that it was working for me, I committed to doing a 7 day detox once a month, uh, every month. So uh, 3 months later, my A1C went from 14.7 to 10.9. 3 months after that, it went from the 10.9 to an 8.4. So
Wow.
fast forward to this month, uh, which I don't have my results yet. I'm hoping it'll be in the 5, 6 range. Um, my kidney function increased from 32% to 50%. My neuropathy of the feet and the legs have totally healed. I'm back to dancing and enjoying life, sharing with others, helping others as much as possible. And it's been a wonderful journey. I am a product of the product. I believe in it. And I believe everyone should hear that.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing it. That's such a powerful testimony. And I'm able to pull something away from it every time I hear you share it. Two things I want to, he said that his mother, him and his mother were dealing with the same thing. We're talking about generational health here, right? Um, he he said, he was supposed to come back and take care of mom. I know exactly how you. My mom to congestive heart failure in 2021. But I'm so glad that we had the opportunity changes, right? And reverse that the is health issues that we have, and that our healing process is real for us. And we want that healing process to be real for others in our family and in our communities because we can live longer and enjoy our loved ones. So thank you, Kenneth, so much for pioneering your health and also sharing with us because it inspired me, so I know it inspired others. So now the fourth thing is transforming your diet and dramatically improving your health, which is what Kenneth basically said he did, right? We're going to help you do that. And then we're going to empower you to break the cycle of generational illness. How do you do that? By sharing the gift of health with your loved ones. We want you to inspire others to create generational health with your success story. So if you've used our products, we want you to meet us back on this call on Saturday and on Sunday, Tuesday, on Wednesday at the office at 1, and back on here on Thursday and share your story. We want to support your family's unique health journey. Now, I want to talk as we begin to hasten to a close about our CBD products. See, it's time for elevation. See, we formulate our proprietary blends of herbs and botanicals to elevate your well being. See, most people don't understand that cannabis is a holistic solution, right? We also understand that cannabis and the blood type diet for many people go hand in hand. Did you know that cannabis reduces inflammation? It helps manage stress and improves digestion. See, we understand that blood type A's lower stomach acid, higher stress, and they're more susceptible to heart disease. B's are more susceptible to autoimmune conditions and nervous system disorders. O's are more susceptible, they have a more higher risk of inflammation, arthritis, and over acidity. And ABs, we're sensitive to digestive and immune stressors. So, by leveraging the properties of CBD and cannabis alongside the blood type diet, individuals may achieve a more balanced, harmonious approach to wellness tailored to their unique biological predisposition. So some people may say, well, wait a minute, what is CBD? CBD is simply this. It's a compound that naturally occurs in industrial hemp. Out of the more than 85 different cannabinoids, it is the second most common next to Delta 9, which is simply THC. And unlike THC, CBD is non psychotropic. Also, THCA, you may or may not heard of that. And THCA is a compound that naturally occurs in industrial hemp. And out of more than 100 different cannabinoids, THCA is a psychoactive precursor to THC. And it's found in raw cannabis. So you literally can have the benefits without the psychoactive um, results. Now, of course, if you heat up THCA, it will convert to THC, and then that's when the psychoactive compound comes into place. So you may be one that needs to combine cannabis into your diet. How do you know? If you could benefit if you could benefit from these conditions: arthritis, autoimmune disorder, anti inflammation, neuroprotective, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, chronic pain, or cancer. If you are suffering from any of those areas, cannabis could help you. It could possibly help you, right? So, offering therapeutic benefits without the high, similar to juicing cannabis leaves or flowers, may be the answer. It may not, but you want to certainly talk to the person that invited you on a call so you can find out what solution best works for you. We also have what's called RSO concentrate. So, if you're dealing with pain, anxiety, sleep, Parkinson's, anti-inflammatory, disease, stimulate, if you need to stimulate your appetite, neurological issues going on, lack of antioxidants, RSO may be for you. And then if you are in we talked about the flat belly, but maybe you're like, hey, I need something quick and fast. I got a demanding schedule, but I need to lose weight. Now, first of all, we focus on losing waste, right? Um, but you may want to lose weight as well. Now, you'll lose weight with our flat belly program, but you want to accelerate that. We have the game changer, and that's called Hemp Govi. It says coming soon. We need to update that because Hemp Govi is here, okay? And it's going to burn fat naturally, boost your metabolism, curb your appetite, So it's great for your support digestive health, and it promotes overall balance. So if you're one or you know someone that's taking Ozempic or they're taking those shots and risking all those those side effects, we have the natural answer here, and it's called hemp Goldie. Now, I also want you to know that we have over 70 plus products, whether it's coffee for energy, our essential oils that combat oxidative stress, like our black seed oil, or pain. If you're in pain, we have an amazing pain cream. It's phenomenal, right? Or hair, you're dealing with hair shed or loss of hair. We have hemp powdered hair oil, and it is absolutely phenomenal. We hear amazing testimonies with that. And then, of course, if you are a chef, you love to cook, we have um, culinary products where they infuse your favorite dish, right? A dish like garlic fire. So again, you want to make the decision to know your blood type. Purchase option 1 or 2. Purchase it by tomorrow, and if you're a new customer, 20% off. If hey, I'm not a new customer, you still can get 10% off. But go ahead and take advantage of those savings. It ends tomorrow. The second thing, personalize your wellness plan for your blood type. And then the third, as I close out, it's going to be become a wellness influencer or a certified coach. You might say, oh my goodness, nobody has ever showed me this. They've never talked to me about this. They're not talking about this in our community. Well, Akana is talking about this. And not only is Akana talking about this, we've created a platform where you can come aboard with us and become a wellness influencer or a certified coach and earn 20% commission. So you gain access to all of the products you need to elevate your health while earning 20 to 40% commission on all retail purchases made through your own personal website, including your own. And when you say, well, a wellness influencer, right? Um, Stormy Steele and I jack his name up every time. Lagiaqui. They are very famous for their influence on TikTok, right? They've made over $1 million in just one session, right? Especially Stormy. She's the first to ever do it, African American. So we celebrate her for this month as well, right? Influencers hold the power to shape brand perception, drive massive sales, and create personal connections with audiences. Those who ignore this trend risk falling behind in a rapidly evolving digital economy. And the influencer economy isn't just a trend, it's the future of marketing. And you might say, wait a minute, we were talking about health and products. So what's going on? Well, what's going on is not only are we on a crusade to help people with their health, but we also want people to be financially independent. And so when you share this information, you can position yourself to create multiple streams of income just by others. So the time is now. See, the influencer business is booming, right? Viral trends like TikTok made me buy it have reached behavior driving millions in product sales, and the influencer market is currently at 33 billion globally, projected to reach 107 to 190 billion by 2030. My question is, how much of that will your family get? Right? How much of that will be coming into your generational wealth plan? Right. See, we understand that you can become a part of Akana and join us in our certified wellness coach pack for just $14.99. Here's what you'll get. You'll get 3 7-day raw cleanses, one 21-day raw cleanse, 2 extreme pain creams, one hempranium gold, which is great for our pain, hempranium pure that brings balance and that calmness to you, right? One hemp MD milligrams. You get a sample pain cream, one purely plant coffee. Go ahead and snapshot this, right? You get so much, right? Flat belly fuel chocolate berry, 16 ounce. You get 2 of our 4-pack gummies, right? You get a kind of certification, which is our basic wellness coaching and blood type testing training, right? And so much more levels of multiple streams of income. Now, this value is well over $2,000, right? So you would easily make your money back, but you'll also have access to those products as well. Now you might say, I don't have $14.99, I don't have $1,500. Well, you can come in as a wellness influencer pack for $3.99. Right? And you can take a snapshot of this and what all it includes, and then get back to the person that invited you and tell them, hey, I want to be more hands on, and I want to be in a position to bless my family with generational wealth. Now, our goal to empower over 1 million families to improve their health and wellness starts with us, and it starts with you. See, we understand that blue zones are areas where people eat far less meat than others, and they live longer than average. But there's no blue zone in our community. Connor says that we're going to be the first to create a blue zone for our community. Will you help us? See, we understand that 1.5% of the United States need help. That's about 5 million people. Now, if 80% of the people reject you, we still impact 1 million families. Now, as we're talking about generational wealth, at $50, that equals 250 million in sales that we generate and we put back in our community. So I know they got a thing going out tomorrow that says don't shop. Don't shop with these big. You can shop with us because we're Black owned. So support your community. So we understand that the first 100,000 or 150,000 people that are involved in the business will earn up to 80% of the wealth of the company. I want you to understand that Akana was one of the first in, just got started. 6 years in the game, will be celebrating in April, and we haven't even scratched the surface, right? So the time is now. Harvard Business School said that you select a company at least 18 months old, 90% of companies fail their first 18 months. Not us. According to Harvard Business School, if a company has less than 500,000 people, it is a great opportunity. If less than 100,000 people, it is an opportunity of a lifetime. I'm here to tell you, Akana, we have about 2,000 distributors, and we're just getting started. So I want you to know that this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Most people only get one. Don't you miss out. I want to thank you for the opportunity for you and share some amazing information with you. You want to get back to the person that invited you and let them know that, hey, I want to know my blood type. I want to go ahead and take action and purchase my package. Excuse my dog. Purchase my package. And I want to be in a position to share this information with others. I want to thank you so much. If there's any questions, please place it in the chat or come off mute and ask them. I'll answer them real quick if possible. If not, you can get back to the person that invited you. And if there aren't any questions, I'm going to go ahead and let you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you, Royal. See you in the morning. Your head. All right, no questions. Have a kind of night. See you in the morning.